This will be the most valuable systems training that you'll ever watch. After spending about 10,000 hours building systems and generating over $25 million with them for our clients, I've basically found that there are two types of operators online. Now, the first one is those who know how to actually build infrastructure, and the second one is those who actually are still duct taping it all together, praying it holds as they scale. If you are in that second camp, this video will change how you think about business, because I'm going to break down step by step how we actually went from 0 to 500K a month without complexity, without chaos, and without 57 SaaS subscriptions. We basically did it with systems. And I'll also show you exactly how to adapt those systems for 3 specific stages of business growth. The first one is 0 to 50K a month, which is building the bare minimum that actually works. Second one is 50 to 100K a month, scaling without actually breaking the machine. And the third one is 100 to 500K a month, which is multiplying revenue while actually working less. Now let's actually get into the first one here, which is 0 to 50K a month, which is starting simple and staying simple until it actually hurts. Now, when you're in this first bracket, you don't need layers of complexity. You need one thing, which is a proof that your model works. So the first question to ask yourself is, what's the absolute minimal system that's required? So I'm basically going to call it MS. The minimal system that's required to deliver my offer and actually get paid, which becomes our entire infrastructure. Now imagine this, a client that pays, right? They fill out an onboarding form and a workflow triggers to actually deliver what was promised. That's it. That's basically one clean line. And if you can't draw your business on a napkin, it's too complicated. At 0 to 50K a month, your stack is basically one offer, right? One booking flow, one onboarding mechanism, and one delivery method. Nothing else. This alone can actually get you to 50K a month. Now, most people at this stage actually ruin their growth because they get bored and start adding complexity and have shiny object syndrome, like extra tools, features, hires before the core is actually even proven. A stage-specific tip here is to just forget all these fancy portals, custom automations, or branding projects. Your goal should just purely be to have consistent client delivery and have early testimonials and nothing else. Now, the second stage that we can get into here is 50 to 100K a month, which is the terminal point framework and replacing yourself systematically, right? Now, once you're in this range, your offer is working, right? You just need clarity of flow, both for you and your leads. Now, this is where the terminal point framework actually comes in, and I had a couple tips here from Ravi Abavullah here, shout out to him. Every single traffic channel, let's say we have content, we call it CT, content, referrals, DMs, and email should all lead into one single booking page, like you see right here. This page basically has a clear outcome-driven headline. For example, if you're here, you're ready to scale without chaos. It should also have an embedded scheduler, like we basically drew it out here, and it should have zero clutter, super simple. After booking, the prospect hits basically a thank you page. And it's a thank you page where they watch a 7-minute video. Now, this video is basically going to be covering who you are, that's first, how the system works, what happens next, and then how to actually confirm the call. So basically, like, hey, to get a calendar invite, they just have to click on that they know this sender and it'll show up in their calendar. Now, one of Rabi Avullah's insight is like one video, 7-minute video average watch time. And with multiple videos, they actually click off, right? Because it's cluttered, they don't know what to click on and what to look at, and they don't have that kind of time. Now, why does this matter at 50 to 100K a month? It's because you're no longer scrambling for every lead, right? You're basically filtering for the right ones. Reducing friction here actually means better show up rates, cleaner calls, and higher conversions without extra team strain. On top of that, basically also coming like replacing yourself systematically. Now, the danger zone at this stage is that you are doing everything. You are the salesperson, you're the fulfiller, right? You're the support desk and the retention manager all at once. Now, the rule here is that if you do it 3 times, systematize or delegate it to a person in each and every department. We documented most of this in Notion. We recorded Looms and we used Make.com plus OpenAI for automations and to see what we could outsource. And on top of that, we use GPT-powered concierge bots, SMS auto check-ins with clients, and Fathom summaries of like our sales call and our team calls and client calls to have everything basically recorded. A sequence for replacing yourself, one that we'd like to use, is first of all, we'd like to have an executive assistant. We call it an EA, which clears about 10 to 15 hours a week of admin. You could think of like cleaning emails, doing small client stuff if a client wants a certain different headline on an ad, or if a client needs a little bit changed in, like, let's say their portal, or a client needs like some admin work done, right? Now, hand in hand with this will be the client success manager, right? So the EA will basically report back to the client success manager, who owns onboarding, delivery, updates, and retention. So all the little tasks that the CSM can do or feels like, hey, this is not something that I could spending my time wisely on, basically gets handed off to their executive assistant. So also they feel a bit better about, hey, what they should focus on to get the clients the best results possible. Then after that, number 3 should be a sales manager. And on top of that, of course, it's closers. Now, typically you're just going to start off with a sales manager. And then when you hire more closers, or typically you just start off with one closer. And when you hire more closers, the closer that's been with you for the longest will typically also become the sales manager, which keeps the pipeline actually moving without you. A stage specific tip here is that at 50 to 100K a month, you don't hire a CEO just yet. You're still actually refining the machine. So instead, focus on removing yourself from delivery and sales first. Those are your biggest time sinks right now. So it's basically these two. Here, basically, we get to 100 to 500K a month, which is scaling without complexity. You've earned the right to scale, but here's the trap. Growth actually at this stage can implode your margins if you start bloating the operation. Here's how we actually scaled cleanly. The first one is a VSL, right? Before the calendar booking page right here. This positions the offer, filters unqualified leads, and speeds up the closes, right? Because when someone gets on the call, they know exactly what they signed up for, right? And exactly what the company does. Now, on top of that, we basically have targeted email and SMS, right? In both stages as well. One goal is to get them to watch the thank you video, right? And we basically do that in the meantime with these SMS and email follow-ups. The fewer messages, the higher the intent. On top of that, we also want to have smart qualification filters. So we want to add yes or no questions to keep the friction low, but filter effectively. And that's where you actually get the freedom. This calendar to call to close system basically all works in 3 stages. Now, the difference is how much you layer on top of it, right? So at 0 to 50K a month, the bare minimum is just to prove that the model works. At 50 to 100K a month is removing yourself and refining. At 100 to 500K a month is multiplying what works while protecting your margin. If you're anywhere between chaos and skill, this system actually gets you out. We've helped founders at every bracket install it. We've helped people from 0 to 50K, which is finding product market fit without drowning. 50 to 100K, which is building a team and actually free up your time. And then 100 to 500K, which is scaling your revenue without actually killing the margin. Now, click the link below or somewhere here on the screen, and we'll map your terminal point, show you the exact stage-specific moves to make, and actually install systems that match your bracket. Because when you actually build systems like this, your business actually becomes a machine. So yeah, let's make it happen. Welcome to the Exit Operator, and see you in the next video. Peace.